Hey, this is Onesto, and today I'm showing you 4 of my favorite guitar plugins. I'll show you some unique features for each VST, but to keep the video brief, I'm not going to go too in-depth on any one plugin. Let's start off with a solid, free guitar plugin. It's Spitfire Audio's Peel Guitar. Spitfire Audio makes some pro-level, super expensive plugins, but they have a collection of free instruments called labs. And the Peel Guitar happens to be one of those lab instruments. This guitar is a Fender Telecaster run through a vintage 15-watt tweed amp. They say it's perfect for indie rock and some 80s, but I think it does a whole lot more than that. Just by looking at this plugin, you can tell how simple and minimal it is to use. However, be sure to click this dial here to access a couple of more controls. It's a good free plugin, but if you aren't interested in this guitar, check out Spitfire's other labs instruments. There's something for everyone in there. Now this pick is a little different, but I'm bringing it up because you'll be getting access to all kinds of guitars and all kinds of sounds in general. It's Arcade from Output. Arcade is not specifically a guitar plugin, instead it's a couple of things. First is a curated set of pretty much every sound imaginable. Arcade is split up into different lines, and each line is pretty much a category of sounds. And after you load up a line, your MIDI keyboard is mapped with a curated set of samples. For example, if you browse the Nashville line, you'll find twangy country style guitars. Or if you check out Sazon, you can find flamenco style guitars. In the ingredients line, you can find everyday odds and ends. You can also transform samples with effects, time stretching, reversing, and slicing as you play a kit. So as you hold out a white note, just hit any of the black notes here. Arcade is also a library of presets called note kits, and they just seem to always be growing that library. So if you aren't keen on using guitar loops and you want something more playable, then the note kits got you. The craziest thing is that guitars are just one of many instruments that Arcade gives you access to. If you want to learn more about how to use Arcade, then check out the video linked below. Now it's time for my go-to electric guitar. It's Native Instruments Electric Sunburst Deluxe. I love this guitar. I'm pretty sure it's modeled after a Gibson Les Paul, so it sounds rich and warm right out of the box. Inside there are 2 main modes, melody mode and pattern mode. Melody mode is pretty much playing the guitar with MIDI like you would any other instrument. There's different articulations to play with. You have open, muted, flageolet, and tremolo. You can also play the guitar with a pick and plectrum mode, or switch it to a finger to give a softer attack. But in case you're having a hard time playing guitar with MIDI, pattern mode has you covered. Pattern mode gives you access to a lot of different guitar patterns here that can be played by just holding out a single MIDI key or by holding out chords. In the guitar settings tab, you can get nerdy with the bridge and neck pickups, and even added some guitar noises to keep things feeling authentic. So I'll max out the fret noise, add in some more, a little bit of detuning even, and we'll just hear the bridge pickups compared to the neck. You can also do both. And this is one of my favorite features. I mean, out of all the guitars in this video, this one lets you add in some playable vibrato with an aftertouch compatible MIDI keyboard, like the Complete Control S49 Mark II. You have no idea how realistic the playing can sound when you add in that vibrato so easily. So as I press down harder, I can control that vibrato there. And if you want to learn more about it, then just click the link down below. And hey, if you found this video helpful so far and you want me to make more like it, then click the like button. Cool, thanks, let's keep going. I thought I'd feature an acoustic guitar VST because those aren't talked about enough. My pick for this video is from Native Instruments as well. It's the session guitarist picked Acoustic. Because it's in the Session Guitarist series, it works really similar to the Sunburst Deluxe, which I find shortens the learning curve. So allow me to breeze through this one a little bit. You still have melody and pattern mode to play with. Again, in melody mode, we have a few articulations: open, muted, flageolet, and tremolo. Along with choosing between plectrum and finger. Ugh, sounds so good. Pattern mode is just like the Sunburst Deluxe. You're given 194 different guitar patterns that can be played by holding out MIDI. I didn't mention this during Sunburst Deluxe, but the voicing options in here are great at finding even more melody variety in the patterns. If you want to learn more about this one, you know what to do, just click the link below. And those are my 4 favorite guitar plugins right now. If you're enjoying what you're learning, please like and subscribe. It'll help other music makers find this channel. Thanks so much for watching. Later.